I'm Jose.
I'm Leeann Lux.
And we are Two Most Wanted.
Oh, hey.
Hi. What's up, girl?
Over it. You're already over it. We just started.
We have started.
This episode
is brought to you by Good Kind. I don't know what Good Kind is. Just made up a company.
We have no sponsors. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, we don't.
I guess it's brought to you by Q&A. We ask people for questions, and
we got the A.
We got some questions, and I've got some answers.
Oof.
I don't know if they're gonna like these answers, but I have them.
You're gonna find out.
All
You're
right.
gonna find out.
Let's just get into it. The first question that I got, when you peg, so it's a king question, Avi. When you peg men as a dom, do you enjoy it or pretend it's a woman? So for starters, yes, I have pegged men who are clients as a dominatrix. And if you don't know what that is, it means I'm wearing a strap-on and pegging them in the ass. The more you know.
Shooting star.
So when I peg men, do I enjoy it or pretend that it's a woman? Good, valid question, because, I'm queer. But
yeah.
I do enjoy it. It feels empowering. It feels powerful. Having a man bend over and essentially take my dick.
Oh, by the way, good morning, everyone. Good morning for
this
everyone.
Is Wendy's. Good morning. I hope someone's waking up. Like, I'm just gonna casually listen to this podcast today.
I'm just like pegging. I love a man in all fours.
Like, hello and welcome. So pegging a man in the ass. Yes, I do enjoy it. It's empowering. It feels entirely different to having sex with a woman. So I couldn't equate those two together even. Mm-hmm. If I'm having sex with a woman, I'm wearing a strap on. My mind, mentally, I'm like, this is my real dick going into this real woman and we're having real sex. That's what it feels like mentally when I'm having sex with a woman if I'm wearing a strap on.
Okay.
Pegging a man, it feels like I'm using this tool that gives them pleasure.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there's a lot of mind game in it too.
Clearly.
Because it's not just, okay, let's do this. You know what I mean? There's a power play and a power dynamic. And I'm in my most dominatrix nature. Dom daddy in that scenario that leads up to that. So there's a lot of mind game and role play fun like that.
Wait, what was the question again?
If I enjoy it or if I pretend it's a woman. I do not. I see it as a completely different act. To me, like, technically it's sex, it's penetration.
Right.
I don't feel like it is.
Well,
I don't feel physically connected to it the way that I would if I was having sex with a woman.
Well, now that you explained it, right?
Yeah. I
was like, oh yeah, that is two separate things. Like, you compartmentalize that. That's really...
I do. It doesn't feel like a physical...
Do you think... Well, this is probably a sweeping generalization, but other women who peg their men or whomever, men, obviously, because that's the whole nature of the question. Do you think they see it that way too?
They probably sexualize
like, this is
it
a
more.
Tool?
I'm assuming. So let's say this was a boyfriend. We were romantically involved, and this is just a pleasurable act for him. I would sexualize it more. It would be sexier to me. Because there is a role play dynamic to this and a power exchange happening, I'm in my role play acting work brain. Yeah. And I'm using this as a tool to create this fantasy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a sexual exchange as much.
Now, for the ladies who are listening to this and they don't have experience with, I don't know, their boyfriends or significant whoever, their partner, being a Pegasus.
Pegasus. Shout out to Broad City.
Because, so for example, I know that not all men who want ass play are gay or bi. They could be straight
Correct.
and very much be into
Very much so.
ass play. I feel like there's a stigma around that.
Oh, such a stigma.
Right?
Oh my God, I wish all hetero men would just know that you have an erogenous zone there that should not be ignored.
Like literally you have a G-spot in your ass.
Play with your ass.
Like it's scientifically proven. This
have
is
your
not
ass
like
played with. Like we're not making this. This
Yeah,
isn't our
we didn't-
opinion.
yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively. Your G-spot is in your asshole.
Yeah, like go explore that. Play with that. Get
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah.
Have a partner that's down to stick something in your ass. Yeah.
But even then, even knowing, I mean, I guess not everybody knows this, but even knowing that the male erogenous zone, one of the main one, is there, there's still obviously a stigma behind it. But what would you say to the ladies?
The ladies.
Who, I don't know, their boyfriend or whomever wants to experiment in that, right? In pegging. And I don't know, they're afraid of that preconceived notion. That's part of that stigma as to why men don't explore these things.
Right.
What would you say to, I don't know, a girl who's like, well, my boyfriend's kind of into it, but I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know what this means.
I'd say can't relate. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like so stop being prude. No, it's yeah, okay. If you are, when I was younger, let's say in my 20s, early 20s, I probably would have been that girl that's like, I don't want to touch a man's ass, like, because I didn't understand. I didn't know. It's one of those, I hate to say, it's one of those like, well, go educate yourself, go learn about the anatomy,
Go read a book.
Go explore, your partner's body. Like, if there's a part of your partner's body that you are anti-touching, you have questions to ask yourself. You know what I mean?
Like, why? Yeah.
Like, yeah, I personally don't always want to touch every part of a man's body. I also really love pussy, so that probably explains it, Like, if you're grossed out by your partner and he's a man, maybe you should think about that for a while.
Ponder that thought for a bit.
Maybe you should find a body that you're not grossed out by.
Hello.
Something to think about. And, you don't go from 0 to pegging, like, start with a pinky, start with a little tongue action.
And some people are into that.
Tiny little toys, lots of lube, lots and lots of lube, and then some more lube. Like, start easy, start slow.
Would you
create
use
a safe space?
Light a candle.
Create a safe space.
Hold some
Hold
space.
space for his cock.
Ow, that
Don't
hurt.
choke unless you're into that.
And have consent.
Consent.
Would you? Oh, when it comes to pegging, do you use a water-based lube or a silicone-based lube?
I use a water-based lube. It's healthier for my vagina.
Wait, why your vagina if you're pegging somebody?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about my preferences. I thought you were talking about my own personal preferences. I'm like, water-based. Whatever lube they have. Like, I'm very much like, there's 2 clients that I peg. I'm not a big pegger.
Not yet.
And they had to like work their way to that. I wasn't like, hey, nice to meet you, I'm going to peg you. Like, we worked our way into that relationship. Client sub-dom relationship. But I'm like, yeah, it's your toy, your lube, like
so
your preferences.
Have you ever had a first time, not necessarily your pegging, but their first pegging?
It was not their first time.
No, but so then you haven't had like a first time peg guy.
No, and I don't know that I want to be someone's first time pegging situation.
Why?
Because I don't have experience training someone's asshole.
Oh.
I don't have experience stretching someone.
Hello.
So I might direct them towards someone with more asshole stretching experience.
Oh, you're looking at me? Me?
Direct them.
Go read a book.
Oh, sir, would you like your asshole stretched? Here are some friends of mine who could help you. On aisle 9, we have...
We're going to manifest this into existence. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I know my limits. I know what I'm capable of. You know,
Okay.
I basically had a client that let me be a first. I was like, I want to peg so bad. Nobody lets me peg.
Someone
and he
let
was
me
like,
peg.
oh, you could totally peg me. And I was like, done. I'm in. Let's do this. And I strapped on and I strapped in and there we went.
What was your first thought? Were you like scared? Not scared, but you know what I
No.
mean. You're like, no, fuck this. And I'm
No,
gonna fuck
that's
him.
how I know I'm in my element because
No fear.
right when it comes to like kink and things like that, I know I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's something new. What is it? Let me study this. And I go down the rabbit holes online. I could fuck with that. Let me do that. And then I'm not like, oh no, I'm so nervous. I'm like, let's do this. Like, let's go. No. I walked in there like, the first amateur move was I had like a really crappy strap on. I was not going to bring my strap on that I use with women. I was like, let me not
Why?
mix. I feel like, honestly, energetically, I don't want to use things with
And you said
women that I would use with men, or especially use for pleasure that I would use for business pleasure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need-
You have
I need
your
a
work
line.
clothes and you have your regular clothes.
You know what I mean? I need a line. And
Yeah.
so I was like, so I got a cheaper strap on that sucked. And I was like, oh, bummer. Like the angles, it was tricky.
Oh,
It was,
really?
there was a learning curve, which took me all of, 3 minutes
I
to
was
figure
gonna
out.
say.
But because it's not like I've never worn a strap on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a learning curve of maybe 3 minutes, but, yeah, it was, I was down. I was excited. I wasn't nervous. I was like, I've always wanted to peg. I
Yeah.
always wanted to peg a man, and I got to do that, and I crossed it off the list, and
Here
here
are.
we are answering questions. So yes, I do enjoy it. No, I don't pretend that they're women. It's a completely different experience.
And I don't know if I would peg somebody. Period.
Period.
Well, I mean, I don't
Maybe.
need to wear a strap on.
You don't need to wear a strap on.
No. Although there
um,
are strap-ons that I've seen some that you insert. It's still a strap-on, but you still insert your boy part, your dick into it, which is really
I
fascinating.
think if you want to make it girthier or something.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I'm
that's
fascinated by all the different girl strap-on. Well, we talked about this in a previous episode, but the girls have so many different types of strap-on dildo
yeah.
options, and I'm like, I haven't gotten to play with most of these. I'm sad. I'm sad.
Need to cut out some time and do your
No, I
research.
need to
Read a
hoe.
book.
I need to read a book and then hoe. Anyway, next question. For our
Transition.
next question.
Ding.
And I was expecting this. It's an annoying, stupid question. I'm just going to say that,
What was that one?
outright. It says, so do you not like men anymore?
And the answer is yes. Yes, I don't like men anymore. Quite frankly, I'm over
You know
them.
what? Facts. Maybe that question was meant for you.
Yeah, it was.
I
We just-
assumed it was meant for me.
No,
I could be wrong. I
no,
think it was meant
you're
for
completely
you.
wrong. We just sent 4 women into space for 10 minutes. I think we should send the whole men
You just sent
just
all of the
permanently
men.
into space.
Oh my god.
Just help them. They should go pick up trash in space. Just send them into space.
Jose's done.
I'm done. I'm done.
Done with
I'm buying my
men.
strap on tomorrow. I'm just gonna peg a man.
You're just going to glue it to your wall.
I'm
Just
gl-
peg
I'm-
yourself.
Peg myself. Peg myself. Peg myself. That's it.
Self pega.
So yes, I. So you heard it here first. I
Jose's
am over
done with
men.
men. I can't not read it in such a bro-y voice.
Oh wait, I'll do it for you. So, do you not like men anymore?
That's perfect.
Like what?
That's exactly how I read it.
And also,
Perfect.
do you want to fuck?
And I was like, right. So like, if you do like men, do you like me? But also, like, that's how I read this whole.
That's pretty good.
And so I just was over it when I read it. But understandable. I get if someone is half listening to our episodes, why
they've
they would
checked out.
assume that I do not like men anymore. I actually love men. And I love men because, and it's going to sound like an insult, and please understand that it is not. I love men because men are so wonderfully simple. Straight men, which is usually what I attract, is straight men who hit on me. They're so beautifully simple. They are like,
Please elaborate.
I will. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, we're not that simple. In my experience, yes, the fuck you are.
Yeah.
You are. And I love that. Okay. So this is not an insult. The men that I attract, they generally want, a woman to validate them in some way. Like, hey,
heard.
you're a good man. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. They want food. And I don't cook. I mean, I can. I don't want to. I'm not very domesticated. I'm feral. So I'll be like, I'm picking up Chinese food. Would you like some? And they're like, yeah. Okay. So validation, bring home food, and a blowjob.
So minus the blowjob part, you just described a golden retriever. Like, it wants to be validated. It wants to be fed.
Good boy. I have dinner for you.
Who's a good boy?
But also, would you like a blowjob? That's the difference between a golden retriever
and
and
not necessarily
a man.
in that order, right?
Right.
Like, food can come after the blowjob.
Yeah.
The validation come maybe in between.
And here's the part where, like, I'm going to humanize you now. You're welcome. It's they want someone to bring them some peace. You always hear that. I want a woman to be my peace, because God forbid you did it for yourself.
Honestly, I've never heard a man say that.
Oh yes, it's a very
straight man say that.
Straight man thing to be, they want women who will be their peace, because they feel these societal pressures to provide and to make a lot of money and to be in the best shape and to be. We all talk about the pressures that women are under, the most pressures in world and life and ever, but so are men. Men have their own set of pressures, especially men who want a family, and especially men who want to sit comfortably in their masculinity in a way that they feel they are providing for their family and leading their family. And that kind of pressure has to be insane, because I do it for myself. And every day I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm failing. And the only thing counting on me is my cat. And I feel like I'm failing all the time. So I can't imagine being a millennial man in this economy who has a wife and 2 kids and who wants to be the masculine provider. That pressure is
insane,
astronomical.
Yeah.
And so men like that are always talking about how they just want a woman to be their peace. Like, honey, yes, you're doing enough. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. And I understand why they would want that.
Totally, yeah.
But let's be honest, do I not have a lot of you figured out? Leave a message in the comments. Do I not have you all figured? Like, validation, peace, food, blowjob. Would you not be fucking set? Like, the list I would have to create for women.
Oh, we don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time. Women want the world, and we deserve it. Women want the whole world. They deserve the whole world. I do not have the whole world to give them. So yeah, that makes shit really fucking complicated. So yeah, I do love the simplicity of men. So no, I don't. It says, do you not like men anymore? That's not true. I love men. I identify as queer because I prefer dating women. And I need men to know that. You're ready for a lavender marriage. You're so ready.
Sign me up.
I just need men to know. I need people to know that I do prefer women. That's why I identify as queer. Technically, I am bisexual. So technically, yeah, I do like men. I'm attracted to men. I read the best meme that was so emotionally triggering for me because I hate how much I related to it. And it said, it was about being bisexual, and it said, I know that I deserve better than men, but women deserve better than me. Oh. And I almost cried reading that because I was like, oh God, I think I do feel that way sometimes. Oh, wow.
That's kind of a deep cut.
It's a deep cut, and it sucks. Wow. I do totally feel that sometimes, though.
Aww.
Yeah, like I do. I feel like, hold me. Yeah. I do feel like sometimes, yeah, I do deserve better than men in the sense that there's some real fucking assholes out there. And men love to be like, but not all men. We know. Then this doesn't apply to you. Goodbye. Like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the assholes. There's so many. And I do feel like I deserve so much more than the assholes that are out here. But sometimes I'm like, well, I tend to date lesbians. I tend to date women who prefer women, and they don't want to be with a woman who also finds men attractive. And so I feel like I'm not good enough. And so I'm like, leave me alone. Like we talked about the last episode. I'm done dating. I don't even want to date y'all anymore. So like, leave me alone. I just want to hoe. Okay. Leave me alone. love me or leave me alone. So yes, I do not dislike men. I'm sorry if you got that from the podcast. I don't. I just prefer women, I think, for obvious reasons.
And I'm on the verge of disliking men.
You are like right there.
I'm right there. I'm right at the ledge.
You're right there.
Of pushing them over, not me jumping off, but just like me, like, I think it was me and you. We were texting back and forth, and I forgot what it was. It was probably a meme that you sent.
Probably.
And the question was, well, not the question, but the obvious was like, God, why are they like this? They being men, because I guess it was like a chauvinistic kind of thing that they had posted. And I was like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I mean, I'm attracted to these motherfuckers for some reason. Not chauvinist. Let's not go crazy. But, you know, just like, I think you're completely right. There's the simplicity of it all. Because, oh my God, we're not going to get into this conversation about like society and it's a male crafted world.
Be a 10-hour podcast.
Right? But that's kind of obvious.
Right.
That's why life is a little simple for us men. Because we have built society to be that way, to function that way.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, exactly what you said, the pressures that straight men, for the most part, maybe, or straight men with families, right, providing for their families, this, that, and the other, and yeah, that is tough. That is a pressure, and they should feel. What was it? That, not validated, but outside of that was what did they say? Peace.
Yeah,
they want to find their peace, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
They want to come home.
You can
and
imagine
the woman
that
that provides peace, and it's like, okay, well, for women to provide peace, we need so much to be able to have peace, to then give you peace. Yeah. You know, like I know to bring myself peace, it's like I have a fucking paid team. It's like I have my therapist, occasionally a psychiatrist. You know, a whole slew of doctors. I have a gym trainer, hot yoga, all the self-care needs that I can possibly imagine. Like, it's a full-time job and investment for me to bring myself a sense of peace. And even I feel like I go crazy in my head every day. And then to now be peace for a man, like, it is asking for a lot, but at least I know what it is that they need. Right. Do you know what I mean? What women need changes from 1 minute to the next.
But it's true. And what's really nice is that men, not all, unfortunately, have reached a place where they can say that. Like, this is what I want. Because I think immediately to my parents. My parents are still married for 40 years, which is weird because I was a one and done. Yeah. And but looking back and watching their marriage not when they were together, still together, but my dad has always been the provider, so he would work. My mom also worked, but of course she's also expected to take care of me and take care of the house and, you know, typical Spanish bullshit. And but my dad was never able to verbalize what is it that he exactly needed. Now, me older and having observed them, like the outside inside out thing, I can see like, oh yeah, my dad just wanted the same kind of validation. Like, he wanted the amount of time that I tell my mom. So my mom's a kept woman now. Yeah. Because they're both retired, but he definitely financially takes care of her. And the amount of time that I have to remind my mom, like, can you say thank you? Like, he just paid for this. And my mom will forever be like, your dad gives me nothing. And I'm like, bitch, what about the roof over your head? And who pays for all of the X, Y, and Z? Yeah. And then she'll go over. She's like, thank you. Oh my and God. He would just...
Because she's like, I'm a woman existing and bringing you peace. So yeah, fuck off.
And she does still provide for him and in a lot of ways. In ways that, I mean, now he can kind of say what he wants to give him that peace. Yeah. But it's really interesting. Kind of sad. In that men can't really verbalize these things. Even now, even some men that I'm not...
Gen Z men are comfortable, saying these things that I noticed. And I'm like... Good for you. Good for you. Hell yeah. Yeah, Gen Z. But I cheer you on all the time.
But I'm still on the verge of men. Like, God, if I was bi, I'd be swimming in so much pussy.
But being bi is...
Or straight, whichever one.
It's like a blessing.
It's a choice, isn't it?
I say, yeah. So, right. Yeah. Speaking of that, segue into the last question. Okay, Okay.
Let's take a collective. Let's all do it together. Even everyone listening, we're going to do on a count of 3. We're going to take a deep breath, and then we're just going to, okay? So 1, 2, 3. So this next question, because fuck.
And it's like, it's not a bad question, but it's a question that, bisexuals are tired of. So
even gay people are, I'm tired of it.
Everyone's tired of this. Okay. Are bisexual women that lean towards men the most selfish women on the planet?
And the answer is yes. 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 Case closed. We're done. Goodbye.
No. Okay. So obviously I was like, no, your sexuality is not selfish. You don't get to choose. I know people think that bisexuals get to choose. Listen, as a woman who lived as a bi person and identified as bi for many, many years, I thought that I could choose. I kept choosing men because I thought society would make it easier for me. I thought everything would be easier, and it was. But I was fucking miserable. So, not a choice. You don't get to choose. It's hard. Being any kind of queer is hard. Being bi, you also get shitted on by your own community. So bis are not even always welcomed within the queer community. So we are just always kind of shunned, and it's very difficult. So to think that it's selfish, no. They're not getting the best of both worlds. I know people think that.
Yeah.
That's just not the case. If anything, being bi is more of a fucking headache.
And more so, I mean, from what I've observed, and I also think, they're also oddly getting accepted as a real thing now. Like in this day and age, like, bi people exist. It's not just, because I remember
it used to be a fake thing.
It used to be like a transitional period.
Yes.
You're either becoming a lesbian or becoming gay. Yeah. You're just in like a phase.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just a phase.
No, you're just
I
sucking
treated
a
myself
dick.
like it was a phase because I was out in high school as bi, and then in my early 20s, I identified as a lesbian, and I was like, yes, I have finally morphed into a butterfly. I'm done doing all of the self-work on my sexuality. I can just be a homosexual. And it was like, no, just kidding, because women are going to break your heart and make you want to slit your wrists, and you're going to go back to men because they're simpler and safer to you. And like...
And they were for
and
a time.
tried to make that as a choice. You know what I mean? And they were fun. They were fun. They were simple. They were hot. And men love casual sex. I love that. I love that men love casual sex. They're easier. You're easy. I love that men are easy. Ugh. I love that for them.
See, but that's so funny because on your literal side of the couch,
yeah,
you're like, oh, I love that they love casual sex. So, and I'm just
and
like,
you're like,
can you not for once?
Can you just love me?
Can you
just be
just
in love
me though?
with me?
Just me, not one of 5. Just me.
Yeah.
Can you just love me?
And I'm like, I just want to borrow you for 5, and then send you.
And oddly enough, they want to do the same with me. Borrow me, and I'm like, baby, this is not a library.
Right.
We're not borrowing a book. We're not checking out a book.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
But even, I mean, since we're on the topic of bisexual men, I feel like today's topic is men. Oh my God, I don't even know where to begin.
I know you struggle with this. You are a magnet for bisexual men who will not admit they are bisexual.
But you've can't even speak. You've shined some clarity on that.
Okay.
Today, like just now, when you said, "Oh, they're looking for peace."
Oh.
And I feel now it makes sense. I provide them a sense of peace.
Yes, you do.
And what is their version of peace? Is they're fully accepted, they're fully heard, they're fully validated.
Understood. Yes.
That's why to me, men.
You're holding space for them.
I'm holding space for them. Sorry, I don't mean to patronize you. I'm so sorry. I'm not a dick. I promise you. I'm just bitter. I'm bitter
about therapy buzzwords.
This entire month I've been bitter. This entire month.
You're having a very long period.
Mercury is in the microwave and she is overheating. Like it's too much right now. But so that makes sense because I am a bi magnet. Mm-hmm. And I never understood why until literally either now or as of recently, because the conversations, it was never like, bro, you want to fuck? Like it was never that. It was always, it's almost a playbook. they start asking you questions about being gay. So, what is it like to suck a dick? Like pretty like simple, like almost you laugh at it kind of things.
Right. They're like, hey, I'm not gay or anything. I just want to know what it's like to suck dick. And you're like, are you bi? No, I'm not. I'm not like bi or gay or anything.
Or the one that I get is, it's not similar to that, but they're like, I'd fuck if you were a chick. Like, you're beautiful. Like, you're really, like, I've gotten that happen recently.
And you're like, straight people don't say those things.
No, not at all.
They don't think those things. They don't feel those things.
And so when that happens, I can see their curiosity. Mm-hmm. So of course I don't judge them on it. No. And of course make them feel really comfortable. Because the opposite effect would be kind of rude. Like, I'm not going to make fun of you. I would never. Like, that doesn't make sense. So I can see why I'm such a magnet for it.
Yeah.
But I have to say this collectively. Okay, so all of you are exhausting. Like, I'm looking at, if you're watching, I'm looking you directly in your soul. It's exhausting, and I'm about to explain to you why.
Ooh, tell us.
Because I understand that they are trying to figure things out. I get it. Like, it's so multifaceted, so multi-layered as to all of this. So it's hard to not get, no, it's not hard to not get mad at the individual. It's easy to find grace in that person and that bi man, because society, like, you bloom late in life.
Yeah.
Right? You learn to touch yourself, like, whatever the case is. I get it. So it's really the grander scheme of things is that society has really placed this stigma on men to discover their bodies, much less their emotions, to be verbal with them, and this, that, and the other, ask for what they want, like violin playing at full blast. I get it. But at the same time, someone like me, who I'm like, I know what I want, I know what I'm attracted to, and the amount of times that they kind of play with play with my emotions. I can't speak for everyone else. I can't speak for every homo out there, because I only speak for this homo. And this homo feels like I'm constantly being played with. You know, so you're testing the waters. And mind you, this is all just verbal. Like, we're not getting physical. This is all verbal. They test the waters, they play, then they retract.
Yeah.
And I get that. Like, I get the nature of the beast. But the thing is that I'm also a person.
Yeah.
I also have feelings.
Yep.
So it's really fucked up to do that.
That's where the bis get the bad rap. And that's where,
because they're about to catch these hands.
Right. And that's where it spreads across the community. And that's where it's like, oh, she's bi, he's bi. Well, then they're not really going to be dedicated to you. They're not really going to like you. They're not really going to. It's not even. Because you have these people out here that are just pretending to be straight, essentially. Yeah. And it's like, no, it's okay that you like that. It's okay. But to them, it's not okay.
It's not. Yeah.
And so they're still struggling with this. And it's like, you and me, we've addressed, we're 40. We're not 20. We're not. Period. It's like, I understand that society has done this to you and that you feel this way and you could be a later in life coming outer of whatever. But you and I are not doing this anymore. We are tired. We are done with that. We deserve someone who is allowed to just be themselves and enjoy whatever they are and explore it and be confident in it and not lie to our faces or use us again, it gives other bis a really bad fucking rap.
It does, but then also I wonder, like, what we said this on some other episode, I think it was recently, where we talk about how there isn't a blueprint to a lot of things, right? You have to figure this out.
In the last episode, yeah.
Is there, I don't know,
a bi blueprint?
Like a successful bi person? And particularly, this is more geared towards men, because women, it's a whole other faction. Right. Or rather experience.
There is a successful bi person.
Who?
Bad Bunny.
He's bi?
Yeah. Girl. Yes. Out and proud.
What? No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm about to ask Alexa.
Oh my God. I feel so sorry for everyone that has to go through this right now, because everyone knew but you. I know we're across the couch, but understand that I am holding your hand right now. I am holding your hand and looking deep into your eyes when I say Bad Bunny is openly and outwardly bisexual.
Has he dated any man?
I don't know. I know that he makes out with them on stage. in performances.
But that could be queer baiting.
No, he is the bi.
I don't
He's
believe
bi.
this.
Oh my God,
I
look it
choose
up.
not to believe this. He's dating.
He's out proud and bi.
Well, I don't know if he's dating Kendall Jenner anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, who else is bi? Isn't
He's done interviews about it. I can't wait for you to go down this.
I need
rabbit hole.
to go figure this
I
out.
can't wait.
I'm almost on the verge of taking a break just to go find this out, because
I can't
isn't
wait.
Harry Styles? No, he's queer. He's not bi, although he's.
I didn't know about that one.
Oh, well, then you're also under a rock, bitch. No, I don't know if he is.
There's a lot of bi guys. Guy
But-
from Green Day is bi.
Not what bothers me about it. Something like that, kind of little red flag, is like what you said about Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
That he'll make out with a guy on stage, and I'm like, yeah, in my head that's queer baiting. Like,
No, but he
It's
has
like gay
done
for bae.
interviews and he's talked about it.
Being
He's
bi.
Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes. He is out there, out and
Okay.
proud.
all right. Well, goodbye. Well, okay. So
They
the reason why I say
exist.
that,
They exist.
The
And
reason why I say
it's
that-
a shame that there's not more comfort in being. It's a shame that there's not enough. I've only recently, in the last couple of years, found more female support for bisexuals. Where like there's bicons that are influencers online.
Bicons?
Bicons. They're
oh, like a.
excuse me, bi icons.
I thought you meant like there's conventions
Bicons.
for
Oh
bisexuals.
shit! Is there? Invite me.
I don't-
So there's a. Oh man, I'm trying to remember her name and I can't.
Is this
Randy,
a bi
Andy?
icon?
Yeah, this girl.
Is this a celebrity?
She's an influencer that is like she's reaching celebrity status. She's a fashion. She's a high fashion model.
Oh, she's a
she's
model.
a motorcycle racer. She's
the
gorgeous girl.
Wait, is it the one that's also like an actor?
No, I don't think she's an actor.
Okay,
I think she's
thinking about somebody
biracial.
else.
She's so beautiful.
But she's
And her girlfriend, now fiance, also so beautiful, masked lesbian. But she herself is openly bi, and she was in a relationship with a man and it was open when she met her now fiance, and she's still, identifying as proudly bi. And it's just, I only recently found someone that was so proud of being bi. So growing up for me has been about like almost hiding your bi, because men use it as a sexualized thing. Like, so could we have a threesome?
It's almost like
And
a
I'm
fetish.
and then
Or like a fantasy, not a
yeah,
fetish.
and then women are like, so you entertain men? Ew. And it's like, well, fuck. Like, so once again, leave me alone.
But I will say, I will up your ante and say how bi men have it worse.
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. Society
Yeah.
shits on bisexual men.
Yeah.
I get why they're afraid to come out. I just hate that they're willing to use you anyway.
And then
You
the
know?
anyway part is the part that kills me.
Yes.
Because it's one thing to use somebody and just be remorseful of it.
Or
And then
experiment, low
right.
key, whatever, but at least communicate with
Yeah.
you.
yeah, and
Like,
there's a
hey,
lot of that.
I have these feelings. I'm not sure what to
Yeah.
do with them. I've always identified as
Right.
heterosexual, but I'd like to kiss you. Is that okay? Like let you in on it.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Totally. And
they're
some of
asking
you-
you questions and not letting you in on
Right.
their journey.
Exactly. And some might be thinking right now, it's like, well, what about gay men? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with gay men. I mean, there's a plethora of things wrong with people in general. But that's just me being a cynical New Yorker. But the reason why bi men hit such a nerve is because those are the only men who approach me.
Yeah.
Gay men don't approach me.
Every time you tell me like,
Yeah.
I met this guy tonight. This guy hit on me tonight. I was out and this guy talked to me. Or it's always a guy who is clearly trying to explore his bisexuality. That is he's going to sit there, grab your dick, and tell you that he's straight and is going home to his wife. And you're like, then why are you grabbing my dick, bro?
Exactly.
Like, literally.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's infuriating.
And it is infuriating because it also fucks with, at least with my self-esteem to a degree, because it's like, is this all I am? Is this
Right.
all I am?
And obviously, no.
No.
But you feel
But
like
it's not, it's
Yeah.
an intrusive thought that comes in. It's like, is this all I am?
understandable.
And that's where that anger, because it is an anger. This is not
This
me
resentment.
fully going out.
Yeah,
resentment
yeah.
is coming from because of that, and it's so unfair.
Yeah.
It really is unfair because I empathize with their struggle,
Yeah.
of trying to be comfortable and so on and so forth. But then also, motherfucker, you ain't empathizing with me at all.
No.
And then again, which is something that I kind of want to understand, is like, why is it only bi men are the only ones that are coming up to me? But I think I honestly, now I really do feel, I understand that it's the whole peace thing that you were describing, like that validation that just a lot of men in general are seeking, but maybe more so these bi men, that they're also seeking the same validation on a whole different other level that I didn't know that I was providing. I was just being a human being.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh my God, he likes, like, there was no motivation in it. It was more like, oh, I'm a empathetic human being, so I'm listening to you. And I guess they don't get enough of that, so they just get, I guess, attached or attracted or whatever, let their guard down, which is great for them.
Sure.
But again, missing that key piece of the conversation of like, let a bitch know that this is what you're feeling.
Right.
And
if I'm going to be your experiment, I'd like to know.
Right.
Let me in on the experiment.
Right. Because I'm all for it. I mean, I get it. Now that I understand that this isn't something serious. So if you want to experiment, and this is random because this is definitely crossing a threshold, but I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. As long as, again, that communication is clear.
Yeah, don't use me.
Don't use me, because when you use me,
ask my permission.
I want to punch you in the fucking throat.
Right. Yeah, you're not giving consent to be used. You might be giving consent to play, but not to be fucking used. Yeah.
So I get it. I don't know how much longer this is, because this has been, for me at least, this has been my experience with bi men since I'm 40 now. Since I was 25. So that's a good, I don't do math, but that's like 15 years. Yeah, 15 years. And I'm trying to think, as you were talking about it, I was thinking in the back of my head, like, has it gotten better, like from 25 to 40 with bi men? And no, it hasn't.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten better. Like, yes, there have been like one or two individuals that have improved where they're somewhat comfortable in their bisexuality or in their queerness or whatever, it is that they want to use to describe themselves. But they're not fully comfortable. And again, I think I'm just, because I'm such an empathetical person, I will always be like, okay, I understand. But at the same time, I'm like, well,
yeah, no.
Just
a big mismatch.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Exactly.
They have to go work that out, and you're like,
so I wonder how much longer, not necessarily for my sake, but for the sake of them. Because that has to be, God, so mentally taxing.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I have not gone through that. You have. But again, being a woman, it's a completely different landscape because it's somewhat socially accepted compared to men, right?
Correct.
Whereas me, I've just been a homo my entire life. Granted, there was a phase where I wanted to be straight, but that's a whole other thing. That wasn't like me actually being straight or being bisexual. And so that just has to be mentally taxing on top of whatever, they're dealing with. Because a lot of them are in relationships already, if not marriages.
Right.
And I can't imagine being in a relationship in general, like as a gay man or as a straight person being in a relationship and then wanting to get out of that to go seek something else.
Yeah.
Like that is a whole other, and then you throw on the fact that you don't know where you stand or you're figuring out your sexuality on top of that.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
And it's like, it's so easy for us to be like, well, why didn't you do that sooner? But it's like, society didn't let them, or religion didn't let them, their family didn't let them, know?
Why do you think society? I have my ideas of why society has been the way they are towards bi men.
Oh, I just think it's almost like gay in general, or just queer in general. The same for across the rainbow board, where it's just like, you're supposed to marry the opposite sex and have children and blah, 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 blah. But bisexuality in general, or to me, I know when I came out, it was almost seen as like, like my mom's reaction was like one of disgust. And it seemed like, almost like it's as if I was treated like I was a freak for wanting to be with both sexes. Like men who are gay, it's seen as like, I guess it's seen as like,
dirty baguettes.
I was like, oh, they're, parents feel like, oh, we fucked up somehow, and so I didn't do a good enough job at parenting, and so my kid is gay.
Like his dad wasn't
or
around.
gay or lesbians, or, maybe something happened to her and that made her lesbian. Like, these are the common misconceptions here, right? So if they're bi, it's like, so they want to sleep with both men and women? Like, they're freaks. And it's like, no, it's not sex. It's attraction. It's like, we can't help it.
Well,
Trust me, we don't want that many options. I don't. Fuck. It's like giving me the what's that fucking the Cheesecake Factory menu for humans,
which I've never been to.
There's 50 fucking pages of options to eat, and
Crystal
you're just
told
like,
me this.
You're like, we don't want this many options. We don't. Give me just put food on the plate in front of me, and I would be fed. You know what I mean?
I honestly thought the Cheesecake Factory just sold cheesecake. And
No.
Crystal told me, she's like, there's this giant, like,
everything, and it takes you forever to pick out what you're going to eat. It's too many options. And so, being bisexual, it's like it's not a menu. You're not like, I think I will like women today. Like, that's not, I tried so hard. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, yeah, I could be attracted to any of these people because they're people and I'm attracted to them. And it's like, it's so much. There's so many. I don't want to, you know? It's a lot. Being bi is fucking hard.
And figuring it out, I can imagine too, because I mean, you're just figuring out where you stand,
right?
And you're 40, right?
Yeah.
So again, I have empathy for it, for the struggle, but like you said, communication is key.
Yeah.
Let me be in on it. If you've gone this far to tell me I look pretty, I look this, I look that, whatever that is, you can tell me,
hey, I've always been straight, but I'm attracted to you.
Yeah.
It could be that simple.
That's simple. I don't want to have to read in between the lines. Life is already too complicated.
Right.
For them to me have to decipher what you're trying to,
what your
just
intention is
tell
here.
me.
Yeah. And the mixed ass signals that they're sending you.
But I wonder if they have been, I mean, I'm sure they have, not all of them, but to be, I don't, maybe they were ridiculed or something or for it, and it just left a bad taste.
Or they followed the blueprint that the
Bad Bunny?
That I know you hate this word, that the heteronormative people were set to follow. They follow the heteronormative blueprint, and then they go, oh wait, but I'm thinking about dudes. That wasn't part of the plan. And then it's like, whoa, oh fuck, now what do you do?
Guess I'm going to a glory hole. Like, I don't, I mean,
they're Southern.
But I get that a lot. I understand that, and especially like the heteronormative thing. I mean, I get that pushed a lot for wanting just a regular relationship.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
So I think that we've shed enough light on the bisexuality nuanced,
I think
situation.
I gave my rent.
I think that bisexual women that lean towards men are not the most selfish women on the planet. They are stuck between a rock and a hard place, as a matter of fact. And I hope that they if they lean towards men, I hope they find a good understanding man that doesn't want to use them for threesomes and that isn't going to be scared of them having female friends. It's like, this is the kind of shit that bisexuals have to deal with, is no matter who we're around, we are assumed to be hitting on or attracted to, or
there was definitely
it's just infuriating.
There was definitely a point where, when I was much younger and not having understanding of bisexuality as a whole, where I remember one of the first bi men who do hit on me, and we talked for a while actually, for a couple months, and another intrusive thought was like, well, do I have to compete with women now? Like, not just other men, but now other women.
It's not.
But that was my own ignorance, right?
Yeah,
and I'm sure that still exists to this day.
I feel like that too. If I, if I were to date a woman who's bi, I would be like, so you're gonna like dudes too? Because I'm so not like equipped like a dude. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and then I check myself because I'm like, no, that's not the thing. It's not. It's the person. It's literally just the person.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's just more complicated than we want to make it easy, or at least naturally you want to make it easy to understand something like straight, something like being just gay or just being a lesbian.
We all want a bite-sized answer
Yeah.
for bisexuality, and there isn't one.
It's kind of funny because it's kind of the same way how I can assume straight people just view the gay community, gay being all of the community, right? Of just like, we just want it to be simple. Like, no, there's an actual spectrum.
There's a whole ass spectrum.
That's why it's a rainbow.
There's a gender spectrum, a sexuality spectrum, everything.
There's
spectrum.
everything. Yeah.
It is that. It's that nuanced.
Yeah.
You know.
God, just communicate. That's all I'm asking.
That's all we want. That's all we want. Stop hating bi people.
I'm trying not to.
It's hard. Look, there used to be a joke that like, oh, are you gay? Are you lesbian? Are you greedy?
Greedy, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, I'm bi, so I'm greedy. Like, I used to just go with it. It was easier to go with it than be against it. So I used to identify as like a greedy bisexual. Funny. And now I give myself the ick thinking about that, because I'm like, no, that was never the thing. Why I gave into the thing, because even our own community was just like, you're just greedy.
Well, I was going to say that when you were going down the list of the stereotypes that people had about bisexuals, and greedy was the one that I was trying to think, I couldn't think of the word, that people would think, oh, you're just being greedy.
You're just being greedy.
And of course we all fall for that kind of mindset at some point.
And it's like, and now I'm like, I don't want 99.9% of the people I meet. I don't want or date, or I don't want anyone. So like, no, I'm not greedy.
I want my couch.
I just want like the one person. I want the love of my life to show up at my door. Not it? Then great. Leave me alone. I'm good. You know,
go do something else. Go do my hair.
Not greedy at all. No one's greedy.
Do something else.
No one's being greedy. No one's being selfish. I think we all actually, much like men, want peace.
True. I want peace.
We all want
too,
someone to be our peace. That's the problem. We have to be our own peace. If we could all just be our own peace and put less pressure on each other, that'd be great.
You have to find the peace within yourself.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that.
I'm saying. Goodbye.
And on that note, especially to our lovely bisexuals, yes. I love you.
You are heard. You are loved.
What are all the buzzwords? We see you. We feel you. We hear you.
We feel you.
With consent. I feel you. I touch you. I hold space for you. And all those things. Right namaste.
In that puss. Sorry. Just...
Anyway, goodbye.
Thank you for watching. We put out new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, and new visual episode every Friday right here on YouTube. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, goodbye.